Right, good morning. Let's get started. So just shaking your fingers, your wrists, into your elbows, shoulders. Oh, yeah. Getting rid of some of that tension and take it out to the sides. Really shaking right up into the shoulders. Nice big movement. And then we're going to take it up. And just bending your knees, coming down. Just take it easy. If you haven't done any yoga for a little while or you're a bit stiff today. And coming down. And then we're going to come around in a circle. Bend your knees, especially until your back warms up. Oh, so creaking. Let's go the other way. Lovely. And pick up your shoulders, breathing in. Excellent. And again, this actually stimulates your vagus nerve. So it starts that whole relaxation process. So one at a time, circling your shoulders till you can feel it into your shoulder blades, into your back. So the whole of your upper body is moving, not just your arms. And let's go forward. Excellent. I want to do this Gong Lung strengthening exercise because it's so good. So what we do is you bring your arms up nice and relaxed and you push your chest forward slightly as you do that, and then you bring them back with tension and make a hissing noise. So it's so I'm really pulling with tension. So this is relaxed. Breathe in, lift your chest. We'll do one more. Really expand your chest. Excellent. Give yourself a pat on the back. Just starting to open the chest, open the lungs. Excellent. Okay, circling your hips. And back the other way. And then want to isolate. So from your waist up, stay still. You just circle your pelvis and your hips. And you should feel all sorts of internal muscles, and especially starting to free up your lower back, your sacroiliac joint. So then go the other way. And this is one of those movements, as you get older, if you don't do this, you lose the capacity to do this. So you want to keep, especially to look after your back, you want to keep that ability to move your lower half independent of your upper half, and your upper independent of the lower half. So this movement from your waist, from the middle, essentially. Now what I want to do, if you have your feet comfortably apart and just swinging your arms, so really relaxed. A little bit of a bend in your knee. So we're working up to a bigger movement. So a bit more bend. Just work with your knees, your back, but nice and relaxed. So take it right up, take it right down. Opening the front of your body, taking it down. And I want you to really emphasize the out breath as you come down. So you're almost sighing. One more. Yeah. Letting go the weak. And a nice slow full circle. Really feeling into that tension that builds up around your shoulder blades. That a lot of it is thoughts, feelings, emotions. That's its origin. Okay, so both together. And you can probably feel the heart protector point now. Top of your shoulder blade, top of the pointy bit on the inside. Lovely. Take one arm out, take one leg out, bring them back. Just a nice big full body movement. Just warming ourselves up. And then we're just going to swing our arms. So stretching up. And we're going to move with this. So we're going to do two. So it's up and round, up and round. Just be careful you're not bumping into anything. You should be starting to warm up, feel your heartbeat is a wee bit raised, temperature getting nice and warm. Let's do one more. Excellent. Okay, stretching over your head. Nice and slowly, pull your core in. Lovely. Now you're going to take your arm across your body, turn both feet right around. So don't just swivel on your feet, especially if you're on carpet or a mat. Turn your feet, that way it's safe for your knees. So pick them up and turn. Stretching through your arm, through your shoulder. Excellent. Okay, let's start working our legs. So have your feet quite wide. Make sure your knees go directly over your feet in a nice line. A little bit of tension in your lower stomach muscles. Bend and take a nice deep breath. And relax. And again. So starting to feel your legs warming up, but breathing into the deepest part of your lungs. Let's do one more. Excellent. Okay, we're going to take our knee to our hand. So bring it right up. And then if you can, bring your foot to your hand. Just work with your body. You don't have to do the can-can. And then I want you to take it behind, so on a diagonal. Lovely. Okay, let's warm up our back and our hamstrings. So keeping one foot still, step forward with the other one, stretch through your spine, step back with that foot, coming down, lift this foot. So just your heel is on the floor. And then we're going to do another one. So step forward, stretching through your spine. Step back, coming down slowly, feeling those hamstrings. Take your arms behind so you get a bit of a stretch in your shoulder. We'll do 4 of these on each side. So this is number 3. And we'll hold this one a little bit longer. And let's do one more. Lovely, let's swap over. So swap feet, keep this foot still. Step forward with the other one, this time open through your chest. Step back, lift your foot, coming down. Take your arms quite wide so you open through your back. And again, Nice and slowly. Your hamstrings don't like being suddenly stretched. They respond much better if you sort of ease them into a longer stretch, and when it's dynamic like this, so you're moving. And let's do one more. Really open. Lovely. Okay, this Tai Chi move frees up your whole body energy, as well as really working your shoulders through their full range. So a nice big figure of 8, and then just let it lasso right round. And see if you can just move your body so it's the momentum of your hips that takes your arm around. Very relaxed. So we're not trying to take our arm around, it's just swinging almost on its own. And that way you'll really free up, especially those points that stick in the movement of your shoulder. And let's do the other arm. I know I've had a shoulder injury on this side for years, and this one especially keeps it mobile, keeps it good. It's been the, of all the exercises, various physios and people have given me, this is the one. Because it's gentle, it's flowing, but it's also a full range. And your whole body is working with the shoulder. Lovely. Okay, let's do both together. So a figure of 8. And then take your arms up and take them down as wide as you can, really feeling your shoulder blades coming down your back and squeezing together. So you feel those rhomboid muscles. Feel the serratus anterior at the side of the ribs. And then pull your shoulder blades back and down. Lovely. Give them a shake. Getting the energy flowing through the meridians. Give your legs a shake. Give your whole body a shake. And just bounce, 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 bounce. You can't hold on to energy when you're bouncing. Okay. You know this is working well if you can get your face to be relaxed. Okay. If you start getting warm, that's the energy flowing. Okay. Lovely. I want to do the other Qigong exercise. Helps to get our body energy flowing and grounds our energy. So feet comfortably apart. First movement, just lift your arms, very relaxed. Push down into the floor. Now hollow and arch through your back. So it's a whole back movement. You're imagining a beautiful circle of white light. Bring your arms through at your waist. Gather up a big ball of energy. And imagine you're just pouring it down through your body. Right through your chakras, if you like, through the subtle energy pathways. Again, lift your arms, push down through your feet. Hollow in your back. So I'm really using my whole back to draw this beautiful circle of white light surrounding my body. Bring your hands through at your waist. Gather up that big ball of energy. And this time, imagine you're pouring it down through the deeper structures in your body. The deeper muscles, the organs, but the physical structures. Last time. So pushing down. Hollow through your back. This time you're surrounding the more surface muscles and also your aura. So beautiful white light. Bring it through. So this energy is just pouring through your whole energy field. Maybe take your arms a little bit wider. Having a purifying and cleansing effect. Wonderful. Notice the change. You just feel calm when you do that one. Hopefully we're doing it often enough that you're starting to learn that one. If you wanted to do it another morning, say a week, or another couple of times a week, you could do that. Let's have a stretch. So calf muscles, both feet facing as much as your ankles will allow, the same direction, as if you're on railway tracks. Front knees bent, back leg straight, pushing that back heel down so you can feel a stretch in the back calf muscle behind your knee. So giving it a good stretch. And then we do the deeper calf muscle, the soleus. Bring your foot in, knee follows your foot, pushing all your weight down through your heel. So this leg has no weight on it. I'm really pushing till I can feel it around my Achilles tendon and deep in my calf. You can come down like this if that helps. A really good stretch. This is the endurance muscle. If you're a cyclist, if you're walking up hills, this is the one. If you go for a very long walk, this one needs a stretch. Let's do the first stretch on the other side. So both feet facing on railway tracks, front knee bent, back leg straight, pushing that back heel down till you can feel that stretch just behind the knee into the big gastrocnemius muscle. Lovely, bring it in. Knee follows your foot, pushing down through that heel. So all my body weight is really heading downward till I feel that good stretch. Lovely. Let's stretch the big quads up into the hip flexors. So find something to hold on to. Grab your ankle, foot. You can use a sock, grab your leggings, whatever you can. But the important thing is the alignment. So there's no twisting going on. Your knee and thigh next to the other one. Shoulders back, lift your ribs. Once you've got that position, then you draw your heel away from your buttock, keeping your knee where it is. But I'm not pulling up, I'm not doing that. My arm is straight, I'm pulling back. You should feel it in the front of your thigh. And then you push this hip bone forward, just a tiny movement, but you'll feel it move up into the front of your hip, especially if you are tight in the hip flexors, you'll feel that. Lovely, let's do the other side. So let's get the alignment first. So knee and thigh next to the other one. If you find this really difficult, you can always have your knee on a chair, on a sofa, if you can't quite reach or you're having to twist to reach. And then pull that heel back, let your shoulder back, ribs lifted, and then push this hip bone forward. Lovely. And release. Let's come into a forward bend. So have your feet quite wide. Take it easy. If you've had a bit of a sore back, you'll need to bend your knees. Or you might want to have a chair in front of you that you just rest your hands on. So we're bending from here. Keep your chin up. Just coming down to a flat back position. Just holding that position for a moment. And then coming right down, give your head and neck shape, relax through your shoulders, your elbows. Just wriggle your hips from side to side to make sure you're bending from your hips and you free up those joints. Bend your knees if you need to, if it's too strong on the back of your legs. Otherwise, see if you can relax and just breathe into the back of your ribs. So the forward bend, we release a lot of tension, fears, doubts. It's a posture that brings us back to peace. So we're just going to allow that process to work. And then gently move from your left foot to your right foot, just feeling the different hamstrings in the back of your legs, helping to free up the hips. Lovely. Coming down to sitting. Now with these ones, especially if you have tight hamstrings, you might find it easier to sit on a cushion just under your tailbone or a block, just to tilt your pelvis. So get yourself comfortable, lift up out of the base of your spine, and you keep that lift by keeping your chin up. Opposite hands on your knees. So I'm bending from my hips. I'm coming forward as far as I can. When I reach that point where I've gone as far as I can today, I just relax my head, relax my shoulders. And close your eyes and just breathe. Feel like you're breathing into the stretch. You're breathing with the stretch rather than resisting it. I know it's strong, especially across your lower back and your sacroiliac joint. And you should feel a strong stretch, but there shouldn't be any sharp pain, any hot feeling, but definitely a strong stretch. Lovely. And coming up slowly, we hold that a little while just to allow it all to release. Give it a chance. Okay, let's swap over. Now look after your knees. You may need one leg straight. You may need them out here, whatever's comfortable. So lifting up out of the base of your spine. And again, you're coming forward. Keep your chin up as long as possible. Bend from your hips. When you reach your full stretch, then relax your shoulders, relax your head. Close your eyes. And just feel like your lower back, especially, and your hips are just opening. So you're just allowing them to slowly open. Lower back feeling supported. Hips free so you can take that next step forward. And coming up slowly, does it? Excellent. Soles of your feet together. Pull your heels towards your body. Lift through your chest. Keep that lift, then push your knees down. Okay, seated butterfly. Again, butterfly emerging from the cocoon and embarking on the next adventure. Okay. Now, yesterday was Cancer new moon. So that's very much about new starts, new adventures. What's on the horizon? What changes do I seek? Cancer to do with the home and the family, the planet, the mother energy, nurturing, that sort of thing. And pushing down, pushing down. I'm still talking so that you are holding this for a nice long time. Okay, and release. Well done. Stretch your legs out in front. Point your toes down. Pull your heels back. Toes down, heels back. Just freeing up those ankle ligaments and tendons. Yeah, lovely. Okay, flowing forward bend. So again, lifting up out of the base of your spine. Keep your chin up. If you can, breathe through your nose. Breathe in. Lift your arms. Keeping your chin lifted, breathe out. And I really want you to release with the out breath. So breathing in. Almost sigh. A nice deep breath in. We do this nice and slowly. And so you're not just getting the stretch in the back of your legs, you're getting that release in your solar plexus. Lifting that beautiful heart energy up to your throat so you can speak with compassion, with understanding. Lovely. Take your right foot, place it on the outside of your left knee. This left leg can stay straight or you can tuck it under, whichever is comfortable. But the important thing is draw this knee close. Lift through your spine. Place your right hand down. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, turning to the right, pulling this knee across your body. So really feeling it through this outside thigh, deep into the hip and those little muscles that go from the outside of your thigh into your spine. And when they get tight, it really affects your lower back, affects how you stand, the tilt of your pelvis, how the forces go down through your hips and your knees. So these little muscles can really cause havoc if they get too tight. And they can often get into a pattern or a habit of tensing. So we do this regularly and just keep them free. Keep them nice and long. Lovely. Coming back round to the front is to the other side. Left foot on the outside of your right knee. Tuck this one under. Draw this knee close as you can so that you can lift through your spine. Left hand down, supporting that lift. Breathe in, lift again. Breathe out, turn to the left, pulling this knee across. Feel it in your lower back. You feel it in your tummy, releasing that tension. So this posture, reason we do the postures every week that we do is that I just can't leave them out. They have too many benefits that we need every week. So this one especially keeps us resilient to change. So it helps us to adapt to change so that we can flow with it rather than resisting and having all the stress of that resistance. Lovely, coming back round to the front. Untangle your legs. Legs straight or bent. Take your arms right over your head. Keep your buttocks on the floor as much as you can. Feeling a beautiful stretch down through the sides of your body, pulling your ribs up out of your hips. And let's do one more on each side. So a nice, slow, but really good stretch. Lovely. Clasp your hands, turn them over, take them up. Relax your shoulders down, and I want you to take them as wide as you can, nice and slowly. Now you're noticing both shoulder blades coming down together, and then traveling down your back, down over your ribs. See if you can get them to go as low as you can. You'll feel a change in your chest and in your shoulders as you do that. And then clasp your hands, pull your shoulders back and down. Feel like you're lifting in your chest and your chin's coming up slightly, so you're lifting through your neck. And then just turn your head, coming back round to the center and the other way. Really important, especially if you're sitting at a desk a lot. Okay. Have a drink, come up onto your feet, and we'll come into Tadasana, the mountain posture, and do some work with the breath. So Tadasana is all about alignment, okay? So you want your feet hip width apart. I'm lucky this mat's got stripes. You also want them parallel. So that your base chakra is too open, your base chakra is too closed. So parallel is spot on. So it's working energetically as well. You want to spread your toes and feel like you're sending roots down into the ground under the building where you are. It doesn't matter how high up you are, you just have that intention, so you're grounded. Lovely. Looking at a point just in front of you on the floor, and I want you to focus on that point as you come up on your toes. Keep focusing on that point and stretching your arms up, so you're keeping an eye on that point. You can feel your ankles strengthening. You can feel those little receptors working. And this is really important. Good, strong, stable ankles help to prevent problems with your knees and your hips and your back. It means as you step forward, as you're walking downhill, going downstairs, you can trust these ankles. Lovely. Now lower your heels. Well done. That was quite a long time. Bring your shoulders down without collapsing in the middle. So my torso is still feeling beautifully lifted, but naturally there's no tension. Okay. If you've locked your knees, loosen them off. If your chin's forward, tuck it back. And then close your eyes. Take your mind off to your favorite place on this planet where there are mountains. You're breathing in that lovely fresh air. You are a mountain, so your feet are grounded in the earth. You've been here for centuries, seen so much change. And this beautiful energy of the earth is spiraling up through your chakras, all the way up to the crown of your head, lifting. So there's a groundedness in the earth, but your energy is lifting up above the clouds, where you can see clearly in all directions. The air is fresh and clean, and the sun is shining. Above the clouds, the sky is always blue. So Tadasana helps us to lift our vibration, to lift our awareness up into a place where there's a clear blue sky, and those clouds of worries and fears and doubts just pass on by. They're below. The wind blows them away. So we're resting, invigorated by the rays of the sun. The air is beautiful and clear, fresh and clean. Lovely. Now just rocking forward and backward, becoming aware of a point under the ball of your foot that is your anchor. Circling. So circling on your feet, feeling that connection, and circling back the other way. So drawing all your energy back into your core, into this horizontal alignment. And then come to rest lightly balanced over those 2 points under the ball of your foot. Now we need to free up our upper body so we can breathe as we were designed to. So breathe into the top of your shoulders. As you breathe out, feel your shoulders relaxing down away from your ears. And again. So as you breathe out, it's as if your head and neck are floating upward. Now breathe from the center of your chest out across your upper back. Feel like you're expanding and opening your upper back. And then as you breathe out, your shoulder blades gently come back down the ribs. But you keep that feeling of being open. Let's do it again. So really expanding from the inside. Now breathe up under your arms. And feel like you're releasing the tension that wraps around your ribs. So I imagine it's just dissolving away as I breathe out. And now breathe into the space between your sternum, your breastbone, and your spine. So deepen your chest. And just feel like you're gently expanding that space. And then taking the breath down through a channel, right deep inside of you. I'm feeling like you're opening that channel. Just let your mind focus on the breath. Until it's comfortable to breathe from your belly. So place your hands just gently on your tummy. And as you breathe in, breathe into your hands. As you breathe out, feel your hands come back towards your spine. Slow and deep. Just let your mind rest on the breath. And it will take you into that peaceful place, that quiet place inside. And just allow yourself to drop into that pool of stillness. Deep and calm, strong and clear. Lovely. Now we need to come back to waking reality, sorry. I know it's a nice place to be. But what I want you to do as you open your eyes, keep that connection. Keep that quietness inside. So you're still doing your yoga, but you're operating from a place inside that's deeply still and peaceful. Lovely. Okay, I want to work right through your spine today. Energy block release 2. So take your feet apart. We make the Brahma Mudra. 3 fingers under your thumb, pointing your index finger. So this is connecting my subconscious mind with my conscious mind and reprogramming that subconscious. So as you bend, cross your arms, breathing in. Relax your shoulders, breathing out. Cross a different hand in front. Opening the heart. So this intention is to be open, to trust. I'm really breathing in that life force energy. So I'm taking in all that life has to offer. Being completely open. Because it's safe to be. Let's do one more. And then I'm going to release the mudra and let my hands float down. Now I want to align with our heart. We'll do chair of the heart. So bring your feet closer together. If you have high or low blood pressure or find you feel lightheaded with this one, just go from heart to brow. If you're happy, you can go from head up. Okay, whichever you prefer. So as you bend your knees, take your arms up. Tuck your bottom under and feel like you're creating an arrow, and the central point of focus is your heart. So aligning the whole of you around the energy of the heart. Breathe in and breathe out. So you could be doing it from here to here. So breathe in and breathe out. Lovely. And bring your hands down. Take your feet wider. Now, anahata breath, breath of the heart. Breathing out what you don't need. Breathing in what you do need. So use your mind. Right here and now, what would you like to let go of? What do you need to bring more of? Do one more. Lovely. Relax your arms down. Bring your feet closer together. Turn one foot to 90 degrees. Lift through your spine, but relax through your shoulders. Arms are out, but they're relaxed. They're not up here. Okay. Turn your hip toward that foot, then your ribs, then your shoulders, all the way around until your back heel naturally lifts. If you feel wobbly, pull your core in or bring your feet slightly closer together. And then as you come round, really open. Open your arms, open your chest, and turn that foot last. Let's do the other side. Lift, relax, hips, ribs, shoulders, lift your heel, twisting your spine. So very good for your spine. Once it's warmed up, you wouldn't do this cold. And then coming back round, opening. Turn that foot last. Let's do one more on each side and we'll bring the arms in. So hips, ribs, shoulders, lift your heel. Take your hand to the opposite shoulder, keeping your elbow high, and the other one into the small of your back. So a lovely twist, releasing the tension around, especially the kidneys, adrenal glands, nourishing both of those organs. And coming back round to the other side. Hips, ribs, shoulders. Lift your heel and your arms and breathe. So much more to this than just a twist and a stretch. And coming back round. Turn that foot last. Okay, this movement is a rotation of your shoulders, but your elbows are lovely and relaxed. So opening from the back, opening from the front. You feel it here. Maybe some creaking. Look into one palm as you twist the other one. And as you come through the center, really open and then twist. So I'm really releasing tension in and around the shoulders that's caused by the heart protector point. So this point kicks off whenever we feel emotionally vulnerable. And our heart, our emotional heart, feels like we need protecting. But we don't want to spend our life feeling like we need protecting, okay? So we're encouraging it to release and trust. Let your arms go. Take your feet wide, bend your knees directly over your toes, rest your hands on your thighs. And take your shoulder into the center, looking up over the other one. So you feel a twist in your upper back, into your ribs. Back to the center. Let's do the other side. Back to the center, and again. And one more. Now we're going to take it down into our lower back. So bend your knees as much as you need to, hands on the floor. Lift one elbow, lift your arm, looking at that arm. Or if you feel a bit unsure about that, look at the floor. And then coming down, let's do the other side. And then we're going to do one more on each side. If you want more of a twist and your back is fine with that, you can take your hand to your opposite foot and twist just that little bit more, but only if you're fine with that. And the other side. Bend your knees and coming up. This next one we'll do in 3 stages. Stop at the one that your body has had enough, or that's fine for your hips, knees and back. So have your feet quite wide. Turn one foot to 45 degrees. Knee follows your foot. And you're just bending. You need to be able to see your big toe so it's safe till I get a stretch through these inside thighs. I'm quite upright. And I just move up. I twist my feet and I bend. So knee follows foot and I can see my big toe, then it's quite safe for my knees. And you just move from side to side. That's enough for you, stay there. Next level down, your hands on the floor and you're doing the same thing. So again, the safety point is your knee follows your foot and you don't turn your foot until you've taken the weight off it. So again, just moving from one side to the other. Feeling a stretch deep in your hips and into your inside thigh. Now, if you want to, come down into this position. So my knees forward, my hands are either side of my knee. My leg is straight and my foot is perpendicular if you can. And then you push up and come down to the other side. So quite a deep stretch through the inside thigh. And just moving from side to side. And if you find that one side is tighter than the other, you need to spend a little bit longer on that side. Excellent. Now coming down, we're going to do the cat. So you want to come down onto all fours. It's important that your hands are directly under your shoulders. Your knees are apart and your weight is evenly distributed between your hands and your knees. Now the cat starts at the very base of your spine. So tucking your pelvis under, arching through your back, dropping your head nice and slowly. Then take your pelvis backward, hollow through your lower back, stretch along your spine as your head comes up without sinking too much in your lower back or pulling your head back too far. And then again, tuck your pelvis under, one vertebrae at a time, hollow through your chest, lifting through the upper back, drop your head, and then take your pelvis back, hollow in your lower back, head comes up. So find a nice flowing movement where each and every vertebrae is moving independently of the others. Now the breathing is to breathe in as your head comes up. Breathe out as your head drops. Or if that's too much to think about and you want to focus on the movement, just breathe as feels naturally. As long as you are breathing, don't hold your breath. Lovely. So one of the best things you can do for your spine, getting all that lovely spinal fluid nourishing the joints, the discs. Excellent. And coming off your wrists, just give them a bit of a stretch. Bit of movement. Okay. I want to come down now and just free up especially our mid-back area. If you haven't done these for a little while, just take it easy. I know we've got some people returning who haven't done yoga for a little bit. So lying down on the floor, you need enough space to have your arms out to the side. Okay, lower back on the floor and just draw your knees up to your chest. And you're going to start by just circling your knees, very small circles anti-clockwise. So keep your knees tucked in towards your body and just let those circles slowly get bigger. And as they get bigger, you'll start to feel some stomach muscles working. Just work with your body, your back. So don't overdo it. Should feel good. No pain. So nice big circles. Once they're as big as they go, stop. And you want to start circling your knees clockwise. So clockwise with nice big circles that gradually get smaller. It's a wonderful way to free up around that sacroiliac joint, free up your lower back. Now, keeping your shoulders on the floor, you're going to take your knees over to one side. If you find this one too strong or you're a bit worried about your back, place your feet down first and then tip your knees. If you're quite happy, you can have your feet off the floor and take your knees over, keeping your shoulders on the floor as much as you can. You'll feel a deep, deep stretch through the back of your ribs, into your hips, into your shoulder. If it's too strong, straighten your legs a little bit. If it's too strong in your arms, bring your arms down towards your body. But as much as you can, try and relax. Now pull your tummy in. That engages your stomach muscles, and use those muscles to bring your knees back, looking after your back. Okay, let's go over to the other side. Remembering one side might be happier with this than the other. So just work with your body. As much as you can, just allowing the body to release and undo. It is strong, but it is very good for your back, and we are well warmed up. You wouldn't want to do this one if you were cold or you hadn't done some previous preparation. Now pull your tummy muscles in, bring your knees back to the center. Straighten one leg, place it on the floor, keep the other knee bent. You're going to take that bent knee over toward the opposite hand, keeping your shoulders on the floor. So just twisting your spine as much as you're comfortable with. Should feel good. Keep breathing, don't hold your breath. And then come back to the center. And I want you to straighten this leg, keep the other one on the floor. And you're going to pull this leg towards you as if you're doing the splits. And then point and flex your feet, circle your ankles. So just freeing up that joint. Lovely. Now bend your knee, take the outside edge of your foot and place it on your opposite thigh, shin, or knee, wherever it goes comfortably, so you can feel your hip opening in this half lotus. Take your arms over your head if you want to get an extra stretch. And relax. Just allowing that hip to open. If it's really too strong, you can have a cushion under your knee. Okay, if your hips are a bit tight. Lovely. Now lift that knee, place that leg down, and we're going to do all of that on the other side. So bend the other knee, take your arms out to the side, and you're taking that knee over toward the opposite hand. So just as much as your spine is happy with, keeping your shoulders on the floor. Lovely. Bring it back to the center. Straighten that leg and pull it toward you. Keeping the other leg on the floor. Point and flex your feet. Circle your ankles one way and the other way. Excuse me. Bend your knee. Take the outside edge of your foot and place it on the opposite thigh, knee, shin, wherever it goes comfortably, to open that hip into a half lotus. And then if you want to, you can take your arms over your head and just relax, really feeling the body opening. When we free up the front of our hips, we free up so much energy. Okay, it really is a place in the body where the energy gets blocked. And you will find that you feel very relaxed after doing this. Lovely. Bringing your arms down and draw your knee up. Place your feet in preparation for the bridge. So you want them hip width apart and parallel. And then you're going to slide your heels in towards your buttocks till you have a comfortable bend of the knees. So we'll go up in stages. First stage, just bend from the waist and lift your pelvis off the floor. Just a small movement. And then slowly lower your spine down the mat, one vertebra at a time. And when your buttocks reach the floor, completely release as many muscles as you can find. So you really feel like your lower back is opening and releasing. Okay, stage 2. Lift your hips, lift your ribs. And now starting between your shoulder blades, just slowly lowering your spine down the mat, one vertebra at a time, and you'll feel some stomach muscles working. And this is strengthening your core while releasing and freeing your back. So really slowly is good. And again, when your lower back reaches the floor, consciously release the buttock muscles and you'll find lots of deeper internal muscles release. So that was stage 2. If you're on the first 3 days of your period, you've got a sore back, or you're not sure about doing a full bridge today, just do stage 2. Those who want to do a full bridge, lift your hips, lift your ribs as high as they go, tuck your arms under and come up onto the back of your shoulders. Now we need to reposition our feet. So if it's pinching in your lower back, I want you to draw your heels a little bit closer and take more weight on those heels. Try and make sure that your feet are still parallel. You've not got one turning in or turning out. Keep that alignment with the hip so that you're strengthening these deep hip supporting muscles under the buttocks. Relax your fingers, relax your toes. Breathing gently in the top of your chest. Tension in the buttocks, a little bit of tension across the hip joints, across the front of the hips here. And you can feel the muscles that this is strengthening, toning, opening the front of the body, opening especially those lower 3 chakras. Bringing the heart energy, concentrating it in the throat really helps for people who have throat problems, thyroid problems, have problems speaking up. Okay, we've been holding that a little while, as you can probably feel. Untuck your shoulders and come down slowly. So if you can, one vertebra at a time. Really using your stomach muscles. And hopefully you can feel more of your back in contact with the floor. And you feel that wave of fatigue as all the lactic acid from those muscles that have released hits your bloodstream. Okay? So just lie here for a moment. Imagining that your spine is lengthening from your crown to your tail. It's widening across the back of your shoulders, back of your hips. Your knees are releasing up toward the ceiling, and your head is gently lifting up out of your shoulders. So you feel like your body is opening. Think of a beautiful flower. Think of a bud. Think of those petals slowly opening. And this flower is in your solar plexus. And as it opens, your whole body opens. Because even though we feel vulnerable when we're open, we're actually stronger when we're open. When we close down, we contract, and it's a fear stress response. So if we can, in this nice safe environment of your own home, doing yoga, you can learn to open and trust. You can express all that you are. When you close down, you don't let your light shine. So you got to have that courage to be open. And your physical body will follow as the mind directs. So in your mind, see the flower opening, have the intention to open. Lovely. Draw your knees up to your chest, give them a hug. And then stretch your legs out, stretch your arms overhead, and just pull your ribs up out of your hips. Do as long as possible. Then bring your arms and shoulders down without losing that lovely length in your torso. So you'll find now lots more space for your organs and the energy is flowing. We're going to turn over onto our front and do a few stages of the Cobra into the Crocodile. We're just rolling over. Take it easy because we have shifted a lot of energy this morning, as you may find. Okay, lying on your front, arms stretched out, forehead on the floor. Everything from your waist down is relaxed, so don't tense your buttocks or your legs, let them release. That way your upper back and upper body will be strengthening as we need it to. So first stage, just lift your head. So we're strengthening muscles in the back of the neck, lengthening the muscles that get tight around our throat, front of the neck. Then tuck your chin down to your chest, lengthening the back of your neck. Once your forehead is parallel to the floor, just lowering down, releasing in your shoulders. Then tuck your fingers under and bring your hands a hand length closer to your body. We're going to do the same, so just lift your head. You feel some muscles, very top of the back of the shoulders. And again, tuck your chin down, lengthen the back of your neck. Once your forehead is parallel, lowering down and see if you can release in your shoulders. Just keep on thinking of releasing, releasing, releasing. Lovely. Bring your thumbs level with your eyes. Pushing your tummy into the floor. I want you to see if you can lift your upper body off the floor without using your buttocks or your legs. So this is a test of the strength of your back muscles. So just lifting up. You should feel the tension around the lower back, but you can wiggle your legs because there's no tension. Your legs are not working. Okay. And then slide your elbows in and come up into the Sphinx. Close your eyes. Take your awareness into the point between your eyebrows, about an inch into your brain, what we call the Ajna center or your third eye. And I want you to see a new moon, that crescent moon. And imagine that fluorescent light that surrounds the moon, that very peaceful light. Now the new moon is a perfect energy for new starts, for change, for positive change. So just imagine that beautiful light of change, that peaceful, calm light is just clearing your mind. It's clearing the energy around your head and around your whole body. So your whole body is becoming aligned with the possibility of positive change. and the illumination that the new moon brings as to the direction of that change, what needs to be let go of to enable that change to occur. Now bring all of the light back into the crescent moon between your eyebrows and feel like it's flowing into your two eyes. So you bring that change into the world of the senses that you see. Now you've been squeezing your kidneys, coming down slowly. If you've had enough, go into Makrasana, the crocodile. If you'd like to do a few more stages of the Cobra, we'll do another couple of stages, totally up to you. The next stage, have your hands under your shoulders with your elbows tucked in. You're going to push up, extending your back, but keep your tummy button on the floor. So quite strong on the arms. You can push your chest forward a little bit and lift your chin. If there's any pain or discomfort in your back, don't come up too far. But really good for your back once you're warmed up. And then coming down slowly. If you've had enough, go into Makrasana. Next stage, arms are by your side, straight, with your palms facing upward. Lift your shoulders and your chest off the floor without using the buttocks and the legs. So feeling some back muscles working and slowly lowering down. Next stage, take your arms in front, stretched out in front. And you're going to lift your arms and your shoulders and your upper body off the floor without using the buttocks or the legs. So you'll feel every muscle in your back. And just breathe gently. Keep your legs, keep your buttocks relaxed. Really strengthening your back. And relaxing down, well done. We'll come into Makrasana, the crocodile, for a few moments. One hand on top of the other. Forehead on your hands. Relax across the back of your shoulders. Take your feet apart and turn your heels in and your toes outward. And breathe. Breathing gently through the solar plexus. Feeling like you're just letting go any tension that is still in your body. We have pretty well worked the back in every direction, twisted and bent, and really worked hard to free up around your shoulders, around the heart protector, around the hips and the lower back, the mid back. Your body has had a really good all over workout, if you like, freeing up the energy, strengthening and stretching where needed. So now's your chance just to let go any tension you're still aware of. Feel like it's just flowing out through your solar plexus into the floor. And just let your mind follow the breath and go into that lovely peaceful place, that quiet sanctuary inside. Excellent. Now bring your feet together, hands under your shoulders, and just push up into the extended child. You just take your hands quite far forward, forehead down to the floor and stretching through your spine. And then coming up nice and slowly. You may feel a little lightheaded. If you can have a drink, do. We're going to do the tree just to ground our energy a bit, because I've shifted a lot of energy. You can probably feel, oh, I'm a bit lightheaded. And then we'll have a nice relaxation. So come up slowly. If you prefer, and you don't want to do the tree, you can stay down and go straight into the relaxation. But I would recommend you do it just to ground your energy. So just come up slowly. So we're just going to start with one heel resting on the opposite ankle. I'll just step back so you can see me. Now breathing in, take your hands into a praying hands position above your head. Breathing out, bring them down to your heart. Breathe in, turn. Breathe out, take them forward. Breathe in, open. Breathe out, take them down. Lovely. Then we swap over. So breathing in, opening. Aligning like that arrow. Breathing out. And we have a change of heart. Breathe in, we take it forward. Breathe out. Opening up and coming down. Now, if you want to just keep your heel down here, you can. If you want to take it higher, you can, but don't push on your knee and don't, you've got to still keep upright. This hip needs to be open. You'll need to engage your core and perhaps look at a point on the floor that's not moving. And then the same, breathing in, breathing out, breathe in, breathe out, open and down. Get your balance before you start the arms. You don't have to wait for me. If you know what you're doing, breathing in, breathing out, breathe in. Keep looking at that point that's not moving. Lovely. We'll do one more cycle. Really feeling that energy coming down. Tree connects you with what's important. Helps you to connect with that energy of change that's natural in nature. Breathing in. Grounds our energy. Lovely. Excellent. Right, you need to be warm and comfortable. Lying in Makrasana, highly recommend if you feel comfortable to do the relaxation in Makrasana. Or if you prefer to lie on your back in Savasana, you can. Or if you want to, you can sit up and treat the relaxation more like a meditation. The important thing is that you're warm, you're comfortable, so that we can take your body into what's called a healing space. So if you're lying on your back, just lift your pelvis and lower it down so that your lower back is in contact with the floor. Ideally have your feet slightly apart and let them turn outward, will help to relax your nervous system, and a bit of space under your arms. If you're lying in Makrasana in the Crocodile, relax across the back of your shoulders and across your hips, and turn your heels in and your toes out, legs slightly apart. And just give yourself permission. Imagine you're writing a permission slip. For the next 20 minutes, this is time for you to release, to relax, and to recharge. So you're off grid, you're unavailable. We're going to start with some deep yogic breathing. So this is the breathing down through that channel we open deep into your belly. So as you breathe in, fill your tummy with air. As you breathe out, pull your tummy back towards your spine, releasing the air back along that channel, out through your nose or your mouth. And then just breathe in again as you're ready. So it's a nice, gentle, slow, natural process. As you breathe in, imagine you're opening up to breathing in lots of prana, lots of life force energy. And as you breathe out, you're releasing anything that you no longer need. You don't need to know what it is, you just let it go. There's a deeper wisdom at work here. So breathing in, opening to exactly what you need. If you breathe out, you're letting go what you no longer need. So the act of breathing consciously in this way becomes a detoxification process, not just physically, but on all levels. And let your mind rest gently on following the breath. And you'll find the thoughts slowing down, the space between them, as you focus on the breath. Until the thoughts in your mind just are a bit more like background thoughts. And with that gentle focus on the breath, you can drop down into a very quiet place. And your mind will become distracted by thoughts. But when this happens, you just come back to the breath, back to that quiet, peaceful place. So you can imagine that when we focus on the breath and follow the breath into this peace in this way, it's like diving down deep into a well, a sanctuary that's found within you, and it replenishes you on all levels, so not just physically and energetically, but without even being aware of it, you can be emotionally calmed. Mentally, your mind calms and develops great clarity. Spiritually, you feel connected to an essence and a truth that we probably don't even fully understand with our mind, we just feel it. So just let yourself drop into this place, this deeply healing space. If your mind becomes distracted by feelings in your body, just gently ask those parts of your body to release. So the mind is dropping down now into a theta brainwave state. This is a state that deeply heals and nourishes both the brain and all of your nervous system, so the actual brain tissue. Just gives your brain a chance just to calm down. It's like an electrical circuit that's been going crazy and just gets a bit of a chance to rest. Now I just want you to place your fingers on the center of your chest and bring your awareness to your heart center. So both your physical heart that's beating and pumping your blood and your energetic heart or your heart chakra, okay? And again, I just want to visualize that beautiful flower opening. So you can choose a lotus flower, you can choose a rose, whatever flower resonates with you. And I want you to see it as a bud. And then as you breathe into the center of your chest, I want you to see that flower feeling free to open. So this is opening courage. So as that flower starts to open, you see those beautiful petals. It can be whatever color you like. Perfect. And let that feeling of opening continue right through your whole chest and upper back. So it just continues opening. And you may feel some very subtle physical changes as you do this. Beautiful opening feeling. Yes, you feel a little vulnerable, but you are safe. Open is your natural state of being. Think of a small child. Think of when they smile. Think of how open they are naturally. Now I want you to imagine that that opening feeling is moving down into your solar plexus area, into the back of the ribs, the kidney area. So right through the center of your body, there's this feeling of opening. Moving right out into the ribs, feeling your back just opening. But it's coming from deep within, it's coming from the inside toward the outside of your body. And now imagine the opening feeling around your belly. So it's starting deep inside, and if it helps, you can imagine a flower opening. So that your whole abdominal area, your pelvis, your lower back is opening. But it's very subtle, it's from the inside. And this has wonderful physical effects. There's some muscles deep inside that will release. Blood flows more easily, nervous system calms down. Everything works better when we're open. Now, if you have tightness in the front of your hips or in the buttocks or the muscles under the buttocks, deep in the hip pelvis, I want you to imagine opening in your hips. So just hold on to this feeling of expansion and opening, trusting it's safe. And just notice any little changes happening in your body. Let the opening feeling flow down through your legs, to your thighs. If you have problems with your knees, you can imagine the opening starting right deep in the knee joint and just expanding. Keep your contact with the heart, because this comes from the heart. Imagine that opening in the calves, especially if you have tight calves. And then into the ankles, into the feet. There's a beautiful feeling of opening and expanding. In your mind, hold the image of a flower opening to the sunshine. So in response to that light, you are opening. And when that flower does so, it lets its own perfection and its beauty shine. And so do we when we open. Now I want you to take the opening feeling up into the very top of your chest, across into your shoulders. It might be a little bit more challenging to get an opening feeling between the top of your shoulder blades, across the top of your shoulders, but keep working with it with your mind. And go right deep into the shoulder joints. Again, this feeling of opening, expansion. But it's coming from your mind, and your body will follow. Let your body do what it intuitively knows is best. In your mind, just have the intention to open and see if you can see or feel a beautiful flower opening in your shoulder joints. The changes are subtle, but they work very deeply. Now let the opening feeling flow down your upper arms, into your elbows, into your forearms and your wrists, And then just taking your hands away from your heart for a moment, just let your palms be open. Let your hands and fingers be relaxed, but a beautiful opening feeling. And especially connecting the opening feeling in your heart down through your arms to your hands, so that you are both open to receive and open to give fully of who you are. Now let the opening feeling and the image of a beautiful flower start in your throat, going right through to the back of your neck. Especially if you have problems with your throat, feel like it's opening. There's a trust that you will be heard and the right words will be spoken. The truth will prevail. Let there be an opening feeling in your jaw, and especially flowing down into the muscles beneath your tongue. If you carry tension in your jaw, as you do this, just whisper the sound R, a R sound, as you open. That will release deep tension around your jaw. Now let the opening feeling flow into the roof of your mouth and up into the sinuses, clearing. So your face is releasing the tension. And let that opening feeling flow into the back of your eyes, as if you are opening your eyes to see things, to understand things you never have before. So allow the opening feeling to go into the third eye, like we did before with the crescent moon. So they're opening that awareness. And then we're opening right from the crown of our heads. There's a beautiful flower, a lotus flower in the crown of our head, opening beautifully. I just want you to continue with this feeling that you're opening and expanding from the center of you outward, from the deepest parts of you outward. So that you are open to all the opportunities that life presents, the changes that come, the magic, the serendipity. And so that we get to know what it feels like to be open and to develop a trust in this feeling. And then gradually that heart protector point won't be quite so vigilant. We will learn to be more open in our everyday life. Yes, we will still close down and protect when we need to, but more often than not, we will be open and we will start to learn to discriminate until eventually we will remain open. And the beauty about opening, if you just feel how you are feeling at this moment in time, as well as a deep sense of peace, when you open, the vibration or the feeling that is sparked within you is joy. And this is what you see in the smile of a young child or a baby. When they're so open, they are just joyful, full of joy. And yes, when we close down, we can feel like we're protecting ourselves from the world. but we close down the joy. So part of being vulnerable and being open is to be joyful, to be open to being joyful. We can't just close down to the negatives. We close out the really wonderful aspects of life as well. Now just rest for a few more moments, because this is a deeply healing place to be. And now I want you to gradually come back into an awareness of your body. So take a nice deep breath. See if you can still stay open as you come back into your body. So moving fingers, toes, wrists and ankles, but remaining open. Maybe stretching your arms overhead to wake up your back. Get the energy flowing up your spine. If your lower back's a little stiff, you've been lying on your back, draw your knees up to your chest and just gently rock them from side to side. But all the time, just having the intention to stay open. I've got a little robin in the branch of the tree right by the window that I'm looking at. When I look at that little robin is so open. Moment by moment, he's just being a robin, going about his morning, totally trusting. And he has a lot more to fear than we do. So sometimes going out in nature helps us to remain open, connecting, watching, observing nature. And this little robin obviously likes our yoga class. He often is there when I'm teaching. Okay, rolling over onto your right hand side, resting there for a moment. Just supporting your head. Just getting used to the idea of coming up. And then coming up slowly to sitting. Taking a nice deep breath in. And relax your shoulders. And another one. And again. Namaste. See if you can stay open as much as possible today. And even if you don't, notice when you don't. And that gives you an opportunity to choose to open again. So have a lovely week and I will see you soon. Namaste.